Welcome to Sunday Mornings with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm.
And I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we're here today, as usual, with Enlightenism, a new way to think and live. The Enlightenism philosophy is the power within you to change how you think and live. It's the new freedom. For those who believe we have been oppressed all of our lives, Enlightenism opens up the mind to see there is a way out of the pain and suffering. It's a way out, folks. It's in the mind. It's the God consciousness in you. It's whole, perfect, and complete. Sister Carolyn is an Enlightenism practitioner and teacher, workshop facilitator. She's going to begin this exciting broadcast that we have in store for you today. Here's Sister Carolyn to share some wonderful insights on Enlightenism, a new way to think and live.
A new way to think and live. Thank you so much, Brother Malcolm. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the Enlightenism broadcast. I'm Sister Carolyn, Enlightenism teacher and consciousness practitioner. And my work is very important on this journey that I have decided to take in my own life. Finding out who I am aware of being in every situation that I appear in. And there's a saying that life is not all about you. Well, I think life is all about you. It's all about what you know about yourself. It is about the clarity that you have within your life. It is about the trust that you have within yourself. And Enlightenism, this broadcast, is about looking at those narratives that we brought into our lives that create victim consciousness, that create a lot of angst in our own life. And the idea of this broadcast and the narrative is to say that you are born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, colorless, and ageless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. When you start with that concept for living and really understand that you must work in your own life, this really isn't about someone else's life. It is all about your life. It is about changing that narrative that has created the victim consciousness that you live from. Those narratives that have been passed on from generation to generation that keep us folded up in victim consciousness. This broadcast is about the narrative to change that. There is a new way to think and live. There is a new way to be in your own life. There is a new way to gain confidence about who you are. Wherever you go, you take yourself. As my aunt used to tell me, you have never gotten up and left yourself anywhere. And sometimes in that thought process, we take anger from maybe a meeting that we've been in, or maybe an appointment with the doctor that now we're worried about and we're all upset about what has happened. We haven't left the place because we have taken it with us. We have taken the victim model with us. This broadcast is about Enlightenism. We say each and every Sunday morning, it is about a new way to think and live. It is not about a new way to think and live about your neighbor, about your spouse, about your significant other, about your family. It is about you understanding that this power that we call Enlightenism, this spiritual power is within you, and that you were born with this power. And when we step away from the power that is within us, then we need to trust those outside forces and all of that noise that we have brought into our lives. It really is about quieting the noise with understanding and accepting who you are aware of being, and understanding that you have the power to change that. If you have conditions in your life that you don't like, you have the power to change those conditions. you can only change the conditions in your life, because that is what you are aware of being in that moment. This is not a 1 day, 1 hour. This is a moment-to-moment practice. Wherever we go, wherever we show up, we take ourselves. And the condition of ourselves depends on what we are doing in the moment. And so it is about knowing Enlightenism in every moment of your life. Do we sometimes stray a little bit away? Do we sometimes forget? Absolutely. It's like walking into a room and say, now, why did I come into this room? And it is about collecting yourself and understanding, oh, I came to do this, or I came to get this. And that's what Enlightenism is all about. It is about showing up prepared in your own flow and in your own way. You are perfect because there is no one like you. There is no one like you in the world. And your conditions and what you bring into your life is unique to you. We are saying with Enlightenism, there is a new way to think and a new way to live. And you learn to change all of that process. And you learn it little by little. It's not a big magic trick or anything like that. It is about starting with knowing that you have the power within to change the way you think and live. When you open this book and begin to follow along with the stories, and the stories are about power, they are about opening up who you are. It is about how did this stuff come into my life? Well, we bring it into our lives. We don't like to own that, but we do bring all of these things into our lives that we dislike, and we say, what am I going to do about it? Well, Enlightenism is the way to know what to do about it. It is not about holding on to victim consciousness. It is about understanding that you have the power within to change the way you think and live. And now it's time for Brother Malcolm. So I give you author, philosopher, and creator of Enlightenism, Brother Malcolm.
Thank you, Sister Carolyn, for those wonderful insights that get us going today. A lot of energy, folks. Sister Carolyn. Thank you. I'm Brother Malcolm here with you today, folks, to talk about Enlightenism, my favorite subject, the greater power within you, creating a new freedom, a new perspective on freedom so that we do not have to feel powerless and react to everything outside of ourselves. Inside of each one of us is consciousness. That is unconditioned consciousness. I call it God consciousness. It's available to you and to me and to others if you're willing to let go of the sense certainty of the illusory knowledge that you've learned from other people. Now that's a big change in life, to let go of all of the things that you have learned from other people. Well, someone will say, well, what happens after that? That's not possible. All things are possible in consciousness. See, we don't have to follow this pattern of going from one generation to the next to believe that we can make progress in the world. That we don't have to rely upon the efforts of those in the past to give us power in the present. We can give ourselves power in the present by creating a new awareness of ourselves. Who are you aware of being? The new world comes from those who have the vision of a powerful person. You need freedom in order to create a powerful mind. You cannot create freedom if you're restricted by the knowledge that you have received from others. If you believe in the knowledge of the past, then you are dependent upon the past. But if you discover this new knowledge that I am talking about in you, then you are able to create a new present where you have power. You are not limited to the limitations and interpretations of others about spiritual ghettos and so forth, and all of the things that we deal with depending on others for power. We don't have to separate ourselves from the greater power within. We are not abandoned here. We just believe it because we're using the wrong information, using the incorrect information. When you see the illusion as an illusion, then the illusion disappears. When you see the illusion as an illusion, the illusion disappears. Whatever you think about yourself, your race, color, age, gender, and so forth, it is all made up. It has nothing to do with you except this information you use to define yourself to live in this world. But you are greater than the definition. You are greater than the way other people interpret you to be. You're judged by your own interpretations. We interpret ourselves based upon the way people think about us. Someone writes in a book, and then it becomes history. And then it defines people by their race, their class, whoever they were. People want to be connected to people that were great, powerful people. You don't want to be connected to people that are powerless. It's all made up, folks. But until you see the illusion as an illusion, it'll stay in your life. But when you see the information that you're using to define you, who you are, came from illusory knowledge, then it disappears. You can overcome it. You can change it. You can change how you think and live. And that's what Enlightenism is about. That's what the philosophy of Enlightenism is about. It's to say there are no victims. No one is born a victim. We're born into an illusion that creates victims. See, think about that for a moment. We're born into an illusory world that creates victims. And how do you create victims? By teaching people to trust what other people teach them about themselves. When someone teaches you about who you are, someone teaches you about the deficiencies that you lack in your life, that you have, you can't overcome them, then that becomes your awareness of being. That becomes the limited power that you're using to exist in the world. But we're not born victims and powerless people. We have been taught to think of ourselves this way. And then we use the same information that we were taught by others to try to liberate ourselves. I mean, think about how ridiculous it is. Someone is telling you that you're powerless and you're a victim. And these are the reasons that you're powerless. Because your race, your color, your gender, education status, and so forth. Who told you that? Well, I got the information from out of a university or something. But I'm going to take that same information that I use to devalue myself. I'm going to take that information to find my freedom. Oh, we're going to find it. Someday we'll all be free. Not free in the sense of freedom of the mind. See, all the people talk about someday we're going to be free. Well, Slavery was the least of our problems in terms of freedom, because after slavery ended officially, so forth in the United States, a new slavery began to appear in our lives. A new form of slavery, a new form of victimization and powerlessness. It became even more debilitating, more deleterious to us, because now we are convinced that we have the knowledge from the universities to free ourselves. And that's a dangerous assumption and a conclusion to come to, because we don't. Because the universities do not address the great power in us. The universities address the hearsay knowledge. In other words, the history. Sister Carolyn's coming back to close it out for us.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for listening. And I know in this day that we've brought to you that information that will help you change the way you think and live. So thanks for listening to the Enlightenism broadcast.
I'm Brother Malcolm.
And I'm Sister Carolyn again. Thanks for listening.
Have a great day, folks.
Yes.
Check back with us again.